portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Today marked the first day of school of the new 2015-2016 academic year for thousands of public school students.
Here in New Providence, Claridge Primary School was one of those educational facilities opening its doors to hundreds of children. In fact, Carla Palmer tells us tonight that this school was among several to receive major infrastructural upgrades.
More than 700 students have enrolled at Claridge Primary School this year, with the number expected to stabilize around 760 by the end of the week. Not only did our news team encounter eager faces ready to learn, but the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald, gave them some food for thought when he welcomed them Wednesday morning. He says at the primary level, the government is focused on improving the literacy and numeracy skills.
There's still a lot of work to be done in that area, but we are going through the school year and making sure that we hold everybody accountable. We're looking at the data and the results to see which kids need intervention and what type, so that we can help them to improve their academic performance. And so we're pretty excited to start the new year. We're looking forward to another successful year where we see improvement in our results. And so we're all set and ready to go.
An extensive upgrade was mounted at Claridge Primary, amounting to a reported $7.6 million. While this year's summer renovations at the school cost the government $75,000, an estimated $500,000 has been spent improving the facility over the past 3 years.
We had some leaking with the roof. Some of the tin roofs here that needed to be addressed. There was quite a bit of painting done here. Fans were replaced. And some work in the restrooms. But other than that, just the normal stuff, maintenance stuff that these schools require from year to year.
Principal Sharon Robinson is pleased about the new classroom environment that she says is more conducive to learning. She says she and her team are ready for the school days ahead.
We've reviewed our schemes. We've upgraded our lessons so that our kids could be better taught, so that they'd be more prepared for the assessments that are going to follow. We've put into place where we're going to have our monthly assessments at every grade level so that we could track our kids more closely and correct those little incidentals that need to be corrected as we go along for the school year.
From here, Minister Fitzgerald went on to C.H. Reeves and E.P. Roberts Primary School to check out what's going on there. Carla Palmer, ZNS Network News.
Thanks so much, caller. Now to labor news. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation announced today that the Department of Civil Aviation has procured the agreement of the Grand Bahama Airport Company to pay overtime to air traffic controllers at the Grand Bahama International Airport. The company has agreed to pay the overtime on a retroactive basis, less time previously taken off by controllers in lieu of pay. The ministry also noted that the provision of air traffic services is an essential service, and the officer who turned away a commercial aircraft loaded with passengers on Tuesday, August 18th, acted contrary to his duty as an essential service worker. This matter is now under investigation by the Public Service.
In other labor news tonight, President of the Bahamas Electrical Utilities Managerial Union, Clinton Minnis, confirmed today the union filed a trade dispute with the Department of Labor following what he called stalled negotiations of its industrial contract with management of BEC.
1. Changes of condition to our pension plan, which can negatively affect retirees and employees who may seek voluntary retirement and separation from the corporation. 2. The payment of lump sum to retired persons of the bargaining unit for the term 2013-2018, referencing a 5-year contract period that the government, is seeking, and the union has agreed to a 5-year contract. For these reasons, the union has filed a trade dispute in order to bring closure to these protracted negotiations. This is very important to us on the way forward, given the reform that is pending at BEC.
Minnis also spoke of the ongoing reform underway at BEC and says the process involving Power Secure to take over the corporation's management is moving, in his words, quite slow. He also claims the union is not being consulted.
If you're not consulting with the stakeholders, and if we don't understand what goes into the process while we're being asked to provide information or data to support the business plan, if we don't hear anything as a union, then we're not sure that the process will be completed in the 2 months period that they're being paid for. We asked for a copy of the draft legislation for the new BEC, the Bahamas Power and Light Company. If we don't know what the proposed bill is going to entail, how can we as stakeholders contribute to what should be done concerning the future of BEC? And we know BEC. And finally, we are waiting, like the general public, on the new board's appointment and engagement so as to know the vested authorities and how to direct our communications going forward.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.